Okay. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Hope everyone had a good breakfast or is about to have a good breakfast. We're gonna be doing a reading. We're gonna continue our reading, and we are on chapter 4. And chapter 4 is titled. The Civil War Years. And the book again. African Americans in early Rockford. This takeaways from this book is it's not my favorite book. I'm gonna be honest. It's not my favorite book. There are some type of issues I take with the book. My biggest thing is it feel like the book is the way. The book has the same type of issues that Rockford has today, where it feel like the history is given is a watered down version of the history of Rockford. I feel like this a history that had to be proofread by everybody, and it's not a true history. It's what it really don't feel like. This feel like the type of history book that they would read you that they would teach in a school book. That they would they would teach in school. And the problem with that is with not relaying the real history. The problem with not saying what the real history is, or not speaking out about things that actually took place, is it gives space so the same issues can continue today. So we're going to continue reading. I do think, albeit all those things said, I do think that this is an important book to read, because there are still some things in there that I've read and I've never known, and I don't think I ever will know. I don't think I would have ever found anywhere else besides this book. So I do think it's still an important book to read. So chapter 4, The Civil War Years. By 1861, Rockford had a short but intense military tradition. In 1857, a military company was formed called the Rockford City Greys, later simply the Rockford Greys. Members supplied their own uniforms, and the state of Illinois supplied weapons after the organization was accepted into the militia. The Greys held regular drills, participated in various civic celebrations and observances, and both hosted and attended regional military encampments. They also formed a connection with Elmer Ellsworth. Ellsworth, then living in Chicago, had an avid interest in military matters. He translated the Zouvet drill book from the French, and in 1858 trained the Greys in the new French maneuvers. And the Greys became the first military unit in the United States to learn I have no idea how to say this, the Zouave, Zouvet. In 1859 and 1860, Ellsworth became a national figure when he toured the North with a Chicago company, exciting audiences with a drill first perfected by the Greys. After Ellsworth became the first Union officer killed in the war, May 24th, 1861, former members of the Greys, still in Rockford, donned their old uniforms and marched to a memorial service at the 2nd Congressional Church, the last appearance of the unit. The Greys became inactive in 1859, beset with financial troubles and loss of key men. But during the 1860 presidential campaign, the military company form reemerged with the organization of the Republic. Wide Awakes, who led who led torch-lit campaign processions and acted as an escort to various visiting speakers. After Lincoln was elected, the leader of the Wide Awakes, a photographer named Garrett Nevis, organized a new military company called the Rockford Zouaves. They began their drilling in January 1861. Many former members of the Greys, as well as the Wide Awakes, joined the ranks of the Zouaves. Despite the pre-war activity of these groups and the often intense local interest, membership was restricted. Members were required to outfit themselves with a uniform, and only young men from the more prominent and respectable families joined. There were rarely more than 40 members at any time. When war broke out and Lincoln called for troops, the Zouaves immediately offered their services to the state of Illinois. Certain problems had to be addressed. For one, the Zouaves numbered less than half the personnel needed for one standard company in an infantry regiment. So membership of the Zouaves was open to the general white public, and the ranks were more filled immediately. Another problem was uniforms, which was solved by organizing a grand swing bee at Concert Hall. In the bank building at the 100 block of South Main Street, here scores of people, some with their own sewing machines, worked day and night for a week, making uniforms for the Zouaves. Money was raised for transportation and food costs, as well as uniforms. On April 24th, 1861, the Zouaves left the city with great fanfare, and soon became Company D, 11th Illinois Volunteer Infantry. This regiment was a 3-month unit. When the regiment's term expired on July 30th, it was immediately remustered as a 3-year outfit, and most of the men signed up for even longer term. They were all given furlough time, however, and for some weeks were again in Rockford. James Williams, Dave's youngest brother, was caught up in the same military feeling as other young men. He tried to enlist, but was rejected because of his race. Despite this, he was determined to play a part in the conflict regardless of the white man's rules. When the Zouaves returned from their furloughs in early August, Garrett Nevis had been promoted to major in the new 11th. Jim Williams approached Major Nevis, who hired him as his personal servant and groom, with the understanding the young man would also be barber to the regiment. On September 2nd, 1861, he left the city to take up his duties with the regiment. Though a civilian rather than a soldier, Jim Williams proved his mettle. Despite faithfully performing his regular duties, he served as a messenger and ammunition carrier in battle, sometimes taking a musket to do soldier's duty as well. His best-known experience in this period came at the Battle of Shiloh, April 6th and 7th, 1862, one of the bloodiest and hardest-fought engagements of the war. Shiloh was a Union victory snatched from near defeat. Okay. I do want to say this before we get into any further reading about the Civil War. I'm reading this other book at this time about the same, pretty much covering the same time period, but on a national level. And it specifically talks about things that happened. It doesn't really focus on It's not centered on Rockford or anything. It's a real national book, and it goes all over the place. But it does cover. What are they doing? What are they doing? My fault. Hold on. It's city workers that just pulled up. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna continue my reading. I'm just gonna continue my reading. Okay. It's some things happening behind me. It's some things happening around me. Now, I want you all be aware to take into account what took place earlier this morning. And this is why, look, man, fuck it. So I'm just doing a reading, right? I'm just doing a reading about Rockford's history. And this is going to be a part of Rockford's, my fault. This is going to be a part of Rockford's history right here. This is going to be a part of Rockford's history right here. I'm just doing a normal reading. And this is what these racist white folks come out this building and do. Shame. Shame. You know, it's going to be written about, and it's going to ask where you stood on this day. It's going to be written about, and it's going to be asked who you stood with when these things took place. It's going to be asked who you stood with when the city of Rockford tore up memorials. It's going to be asked who you stood with. I'm just doing a normal chalk reading. A normal reading. And this is why these Rockford orthopedic people feel so entitled to call the police, to send the to come out and dump water on chalk. This is why they feel so entitled. I'm just doing a normal reading.
I'm sure that's quotable.
I'm just doing a normal reading. I don't know how I can flip this. Can you flip this? Oh, I can't turn it while I'm recording? Okay. I'm just doing a normal reading. Normal reading. Shame. 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 It's going to be written about. And you're going to ask yourself, what side of history you going to stand on? Look. 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 Thousands of dollars to wash away chalk. Thousands of dollars. You helping him carry the rope. Let me ask you something. Would you tear down the memorials if Kyle asked you to too? When Kyle tears down the memorials, are you going to tear them down too? When he cuts down photos of 16-year-old men, of 16-year-old boys, are you going to help him cut them down too? Well, we not worried. Look. 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 We can do this all day. 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 Just doing a normal reading. City of Rockford gonna ask you. Look. Shame. Shame. Look. Look. We can do this all day. We can do this all day. We can do this all day.
You don't want to be on camera, huh? Oh no, where did this man go? This man come back because you wanted to smoke. You don't want to be on camera.
That's okay. When they cut up memorials, when they rip down this young man's face and throw it in the trash, where you gonna stand then? When they rip down photos of these young men and women on these poles, you gonna help them tear them down too? You gonna cut them down and throw them in the garbage too? Shame. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Shame. Look, I'm doing a normal reading. I'm just doing a normal reading. They come out here and wash away chalk. We can do this all day. Look at this. We can do this all day. You help them wash away the chalk, you're gonna help them cut down Carrie Blake's memorial too? It's okay. It's okay. All that's gonna happen is gonna be written again. All that's gonna happen is it's gonna be written again. Look, thousands of dollars. This is a face of white nationalism. If somebody accidentally bump into you, you're gonna send them to jail for felonies too? Because that's what this white man has done. That's what he has done. Somebody facing felony years in prison. Decades in prison. You gonna help Kyle do that too? When they throw this young man's face in the garbage. When they throw this young man's face in the garbage, you gonna do the same too? Because I promise you, if this was your face or his face, it would end up in the garbage too. That's okay. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. That's okay.
Chuck and die for him now. Chuck and die for him now.
We can do this all day. We can do this. Let's go across the street. Let's go across the street. That's okay. That is okay. You're gonna help him cut down the young man's face too. Shame. You just put up your fist, you just wash away you just wash away the names of people who have been killed by the police. Yeah, wash their names off your hands. Look. You're taking photos. That's okay though. Come out and talk. Come out and talk. Go ahead. Come out and talk. Come out and talk. Come out and talk. Go ahead. Come out and talk. What's your name? Simon Lincoln. Oh, I went to school with a Hannah. I went to school with a Hannah. Yeah, okay. I went to school with a Hannah. Yeah, what's up, Simon? How you doing, Simon? Look, he's scared. He want nobody to know his name. Okay. Okay. Look, he going away now. He going away now. Look. Look. He done forgot he left his badge out. Look, they shutting down traffic to do this. They are shutting down traffic to wash away chalk. Wasting thousands of dollars to wash away chalk. State Street closed. My fault, I just wanna... What's your name? You done... No, I'm not gonna leave Simon alone because Simon came out and washed away chalk as well. Hi, Simon. Hi, Simon. I'm gonna have to message Hannah. I ain't talked to her. I ain't talked to her since high school. Look, they angry. They washing away chalk. They washing away chalk. My fault, ma'am. They washing away chalk. The city workers washing away chalk. Yep, I know. Look. I was just reading about how in 1852, a black man couldn't come into Rockford. I was just reading about in 1852 that if he was black, it didn't matter if you was free or a slave. You couldn't enter Illinois. Look, and this is a healthcare place. What about the folks that come in here in crutches? What about the folks that come here in crutches or in wheelchairs? I'm not gonna leave Simon alone. Look. They must have forgot it was 90 degrees. How quick this dry up. You know, shorter white dude? He was in the door, he had his badge out. Simon.
Ball one?
No, not the ball one. No, the shorter white dude. He got glasses. Yeah. Chalk heroes. There they are, chalk heroes. Circling the block. I just want to ask you, when they cut down memorials, are you going to cut them down too? When they cut down photos and names of people who have been killed by the police, are you going to cut them down too? Are you going to help them cut them down too?
Unless that's Otherwise,
I hope this was in your job description. Cause this is how your day is gonna be filled. This is how your day is gonna be filled.
because they racist. Don't let them tell
The
you
face of
that.
white nationalism in this city. What about you? Would you help them cut down memorials too, if they asked you? If it was your cousin up there on the pole, would you cut him down? Look, thousands of dollars. 90 degrees, it's gonna dry up.
It'll be back. Let me rest my legs real quick. It'll be back.
Just circle the block. Just circle the block. All you're gonna have to do. Look. Oh, look. What a surprise. It's a chalk hero. What a surprise. A chalk hero. What a surprise. The chalk hero. What a surprise. I'ma just continue to do my reading. I'ma just continue to do my reading. I'm just gonna continue to do my reading. That's all I was doing. It's a chalk hero. It's a chalk hero right here. I was just doing a reading. I was just doing a reading right here. That's all I was doing, just doing a reading. These folks came out to me. You're helping them in their oppression. What you gotta say? You got something to say? What'd you say? I ain't hear you. Go ahead, you got something to say? Pull over, let's talk. You got something to say? You got something to say? Oh, he's circling around. That's what he doing. Okay, I thought he wanted to talk. My fault. I thought he wanted to talk. This Metro dude, this somebody that got caught on camera saying maybe he'll lie in a police report again. This somebody that got caught on camera. What'd you say about lying on police reports? What'd you say about lying on police reports? What do you guys say about Metro's history of planting guns on people? Metro long history planting guns on people, terrorizing people. So we're not worried about that. 90 degrees. It's still a beautiful day. I'm not gonna let them even get out my mood. It's still a beautiful day. Still a beautiful day. 90 degrees, the water gonna wash right up. So we're not even worried about it. We're not even worried about it.